Happy Saturday. Welcome to the International Wealth Builders Association radio talk show. I'm your host, Toya, Tillett, on KCAA Broadcasting Network. Now, I'm a member of the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club and the Finest Women in Real Estate. I'm also the broker owner of Tillett Realty Group and CEO of Tax Plus Financial Services. My broker ID number is 014-789-74. So you can't be part of the International Wealth Builders Association and not talk about building wealth internationally. So on today's show, we're going to do just that. We're going to teach you how you can invest internationally and how you can help others do the same. So this brings me to my special guest for today. Let me tell you guys how excited I am to have her. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you took time out of your busy schedule to be here and join me today. So her accolades speak for themselves. She's a published author, national and international developer, investor, educator, certified NAR instructor. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. She has sold over 2,800 properties over the span of her career, probably closer to about 3,000, probably at this point with all the development she's doing. So, and let me also mention that she was the first African-American MLS president. She has earned the nickname the Doc of Investing for her creative ways of acquiring investment properties with no money out of pocket in most cases. She continues to change and impact lives with her various education programs and conferences. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one, the only Bronx-made Dr. Tameka Bryant, better known to me as the auntie I didn't know I needed. Welcome to the show, auntie.
Wow. Well, thank you. What an introduction. I'm testing my mic to make sure you can hear me
Yes, I
because
can hear
I'm
you.
also probably one of the, I always say I'm the non-techie
Right?
of every group, right?
Well,
So,
that's okay. We can hear
uh,
you just fine.
and I just always want folks to hear what I'm saying. So, and not have just my mouth moving. And you know how that is.
Right.
So thank you, Latoya, for inviting me to the show.
You are
How
so
great is this? How great is
welcome. It's
this?
amazing. Thank you so much for doing this for us. And, being here and want to bring your insight and your knowledge here to the West Coast, because a lot of people on our side of town haven't really heard of you or not really sure what it is that you do. And I'm always talking about you. And people are like, who is this Phantom Tameka Bryant? Like, who is this person? Like, who is this auntie
That's
lady you
right.
keep talking about? So here we are. Now y'all know.
That's right. It's me. I am in the flesh, and like you said, I'm mostly because I'm on the East Coast with where I grew up. So I am a native New Yorker. I grew up in the Bronx. Lived in the Bronx all my life, and actually everything I learned on that ground in that hustle and bustle.
Yes.
So I was doing real estate before I knew what it actually was, so leaving the house at 18 and getting my own apartment and walking right into real world stuff. It was like, okay, so this is what this looks like. Okay, I know I got to get an apartment. I know I got to live somewhere.
Okay.
And then it was, but other people weren't able to do that.
Mm.
And I couldn't figure out, like, why couldn't they do it? Oh, it was this program or they had to do this. And so quickly I started subleasing property
Really?
at 18 years old. Yeah, but I didn't
Wow.
know it then that that's what I was doing. Like it had a name and all those other things. I was just like, oh, okay, I got to go to college. I have to make some money because I was also putting myself through college. And I was
Right.
going to St. George University, had to take 3 buses there. I was like, oh no, I need a car,
Oh my
all
goodness.
these other kind of things. So when you're in a New York state of mind and you're out hustling, it's like, okay, let me do this to do that to do this. And I had this job. And so, yeah, that's how I actually fell into, when I think back, I'm like, I've been in real estate since I was 18 years old, but just didn't know what it was called.
Oh wow.
That portion of it. And then it was other things that I started researching. And I just started, as I was working for a nonprofit,
Hmm.
and they had these stocks. I forget the codes. They're not 401k. They do a 403b or whatever,
Okay.
and 401b, whatever the numbers are. And I'm looking at that paper and I'm going, huh, these numbers aren't really adding up. And when I started doing the projections, I'm going, how much money do I have to put into this system
Right.
in order to make this lifestyle that I want to have? And I don't want to do this in 40 years. So I really
Okay.
went and sat down with a pen and paper
Mm-hmm.
and wrote some stuff out and looked at if I did this to do that. And so quickly, it made so much sense that I got into real estate.
Okay.
At an
Okay.
early age, I knew I needed to be there. I just didn't know how. I didn't know what I was going to do. There was no YouTube. And, I just didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
But what I did know was that I knew 50-year renters. And I knew I didn't want to be that.
Well, hey, that's amazing. Well, I'm glad somebody feels that way. I know a lot of people out there probably do. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, Auntie. I know I can just kick back and let you take over this whole thing.
But, no. And that's why I said I like to talk.
Yes.
When people want to hear, that's why I'm like, you got questions? What folks want to know? Because
Exactly.
I have made every mistake there is in a book, but I won't make it twice.
Okay, awesome. So we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about what got you into real estate and what you're doing now.